numbers no matter what stage of business you're in. This podcast will help you do just that. Learn about doing your bookkeeping yourself, outsourcing your bookkeeping successfully to a professional, and understanding your numbers and the story they're telling. We can avoid the overwhelm and continue creating a business we love to run. Welcome back to the podcast. I hope that your start to 2020 has been wonderful. The week between Christmas and New Year's is my favorite week of the entire year because there's no sense of what day it is. Most people are still off work and there is just an organizational energy in the air. I know that I'm ready to pretty much throw out everything in my house and declutter and get everything reset for a great start to the new year. This week is the week that most people get to thinking about organization and what they want in the next year to look like and how they can do better than they did last year. And how do I know this? Well, it's because this is the time of year that the calls come in. This is when a lot of people contact me and post in Facebook groups and reach out via friends, and they'll ask me, I'm starting a business. What do I need to do for my bookkeeping? Or I have a business. I haven't really been doing much with the financials and I'm wanting to keep up with my financials better for this next year. So what do I do? Well, in today's episode, we're going to cover that. If you're just starting a business, we're going to cover 5 things that you need to do. And if you have a business and you're wanting to take your financials more seriously, I'm going to give you the foundation of what you need to do as well. So first, if you're just starting a business, here are 5 things that you need to do. Number 1, revisit your idea. Yes, to start any business, you need an idea. But I want you to really spend some time working on that. You'll save a lot of time by weeding out the bad ideas and narrowing in on the good ones. So my daughter Kezia was born on Thanksgiving Day, so she's just a little over 5 weeks old, and I have been watching far too much Shark Tank. If you can watch too much TV while you're having a newborn, I don't know if you can. I've kind of gotten to that point, but anyway, one of the things that I've observed is that the entrepreneurs on Shark Tank can be great. The sharks can love them and they can want to invest in them. But sometimes they have a terrible idea, or they've had a ton of ideas and they've just picked a really terrible one for their business and the sharks hate it. And they're always so upset because they tell them, you are such a great entrepreneur. Why did you choose such a terrible idea? Inevitably, they have to move on to something else that will make them some money eventually. If you're wanting to refine your idea, I would highly recommend the book, The Pumpkin Plan by Mike Michalowicz. It will help you with your idea for sure. Number 2, make it legal. If you're starting a business, make it legal. You need to decide what business structure you want to have. You can choose between really just a sole proprietor or an LLC or a partnership or an S Corp. So talk to an accountant or attorney if you want some official legal advice. I would recommend an LLC at the minimum. A sole proprietor, you take on all of the liability of your company. An LLC, it does cost you a little bit of money to register, but it's definitely worth it. And you want to make sure that you register your business with the federal government, state government, and county that you live in. Number 3, if you're just starting a business, you need to network. You need to find where business owners are with the same ideal client as you and network with them and go there to find out who needs what. And if they have a client who needs your services, you'll get great referrals that way. And you need to find out where your ideal client is and go there. Relationships are everything. If that's the biggest thing I've learned in having my business, it's that relationships are everything. You cannot just sit at home in front of your computer, never get out, never meet people, and just be on social media and think you're going to become a social media influencer and expect people to flock to you. It's just not going to happen. I made this mistake the first several years in business. Networking is not natural for me. I have to get over that and just go to the events and get out of my house. And you have to do that in order to grow your business. A lot of times you can find networking events through your Chamber of Commerce or with just other groups in town. I know that here in Pensacola, we have several people that have just started networking groups and several different organizations that have them. Another thing that you can do to network is you can just reach out to people. You can just reach out for a coffee chat, or you can just find another business owner and just meet with them and just learn about them and figure out what they do and how they serve people and who their clients are, and definitely be giving out referrals as well and connecting people. That will come back to help you so much if you refer business to other people, especially, obviously if it's something that you don't do, you can connect people together. That's very memorable and people really appreciate that. So make sure that you're networking and find people as well who are very connected in your town. So find people who know a lot of people and meet with them and find out who you should meet. Just start asking questions like, where would you suggest that I go to meet people? Or who would you suggest that I connect with? Or what groups are worth attending and being a part of? You don't have to be a part of these groups forever. You don't have to be a part of, your chamber long term. You can decide, okay, this year I'm just going to focus on this group. I'm going to go to every event. I'm going to get really connected. And truthfully, after about a year, you've probably met all the people and you've probably made all the connections that you really need to make. And you can move on and focus on another group and start to go there. And you can start to focus on relationships with that group as well. Not entirely dropping the other people because you still want to, meet them and know them. But at the same time, you don't really need to be everywhere all the time. Just pick somewhere, dive in, and get to know people. And if you're in a group and you aren't getting any business at all, and if it's kind of boring and you don't really like going and it's just a fight because you know that it's just not working for your business, well, then change. Like, go somewhere else and try to find that place where you can really get connected, where you can really meet people, and where you're actually getting business as well, because that's the point of this, is networking is to bring business into your business, because without that, you will not have a business. How many times did I say the word business? Like 10. Okay. Number 4. So let's revisit the first 3. So first, if you're starting a business, 1, revisit your idea. 2, make it legal. 3, network. 4, have contracts ready. You can go to your local attorney and have them create a contract for you for the type of work that you do. You want to make sure that you do this and that you have each client sign and understand what they're agreeing to as far as a scope of work with you before you start to work with them. You need to have things in there about your payments, and you need to have things in there as far as the type of work that you're doing and what their responsibilities are, your responsibilities are, things that you're not going to be doing. This will set up the expectations and give you something to fall back on in case things don't go as planned. And you want to make sure that you have it listed out very clearly what you're going to do for them, and that you meet those goals and deadlines, and even having them sign something that says, yes, I understand that you finished all of this is going to be really, really helpful as well. And number 5, you want to set up your accounting system. You can use something like Excel, FreshBooks, QuickBooks, Xero, or just pen and paper. My suggestion would definitely be QuickBooks, and specifically the desktop version. And we're going to dive into your accounting system a little bit more. So again, those 5 things are, if you're just starting a business in 2020, here are 5 things that I would suggest that you do within the next week or so. Revisit your idea, read the book Pumpkin Plan by Mike Michalowicz, make it legal, network. You're going to do that all year long, but set a goal to network and actually figure out where the groups are, have contracts ready, and set up your accounting system. Those things are going to be really important. Just as a foundation, there's a lot more things that you can do as well, but those things are really, in my mind, kind of the core of what you have to have. So if you have some money that you're going to be using to start your business, that's great. Most of these things that we talked about can be outsourced just so that you can get on track faster and so that you can hit the ground running really, really fast instead of spending months and months on each of these things trying to perfect it and having it slow you down. You can pay a pumpkin plan coach to go over your business idea with you so that you can fast track progress there and weed out the bad ideas and find the really good one. Reach out to me if you're looking for someone who can help you, and I will send you a referral for that. You can reach out to me, Lydia@dacbalance.com, and I will send you a referral. You can also pay a lawyer or an accountant to set up your business for you. You can network. You can't really outsource networking since you have to be there, but you can pay to be in groups and places where your ideal client exactly is. You can pay for contracts. Lawyers abound, and I'm sure you can find someone to do this for you. You can also pay for someone to set up your accounting system, as I offer this in my business for you as a service. So let's dive deeper into that accounting system, since that is my specialty and that is a lot of what this podcast is about. So here are some things that you need to do as you are setting up your accounting system for your business. So number one, again, make your business legal. The structure of your company does affect your bookkeeping and accounting. You'll want to have all of this set up ASAP so that you can be sure the correct forms are filed timely. And I'm talking about with the IRS and with your tax return. You'll want to make sure that all of that is set up. Number two, you want to decide on your fiscal year end. So the calendar year end is December 31st every year. That does not change, obviously. However, if you want your business to have a different end date than December 31st, you can decide to change your year end. This is helpful if your business is seasonal. If most of your sales happen, let's say November through April, and that's kind of your cycle of when you're doing a lot of your product, having a December 31st fiscal year end might not be the best solution. You might need a June 30th end date or, a July 31st end date. You can chat with your accountant about that or with your CPA, but you want to make sure that you don't have to change that a couple years into business if you already know that most of your sales are happening around the December 31st timeframe. Number three, you want to decide which system you want to use. There are many pros and cons to each system, and most of the small business market does use QuickBooks. So there is an online version and a desktop version. The online version has your information stored in the cloud. It runs a monthly fee. It's accessible anywhere you have internet, and it's always up to date with the latest version since QuickBooks automatically updates it for you. QuickBooks Desktop has your information stored on your computer, has a one-time fee, is only accessible on that one computer unless you set it up on a network, and it can be updated when you want it to be. You don't have to run every single update all the time. And it really doesn't change as far as where things are in QuickBooks Online. They'll change where you find things and icons and you kind of have to relearn it every few months, I found, because they just change things up and they're always improving it. With QuickBooks Desktop, it pretty well stays the same. So number four. Oh, also, I did an episode on why I changed back to QuickBooks Desktop from QuickBooks Online. So in your podcast app, you can just scroll back a few episodes and listen to that as well if you're wanting more specifics on why I very much prefer desktop over online. Number four, your chart of accounts. These are things, again, that you're setting up with your accounting system. So this is the foundation to all of your financial reports. If you have a generic chart of accounts, then you're going to receive generic reports. This may be okay if you're just starting out and you don't have many expenses, but as your business grows, you'll want to have better reports. If you don't have a background in accounting or you've never worked with financial reports and never even seen a financial report before, this can be very overwhelming. You'll want to work with someone who knows what they're doing and who can teach you how to set this up properly and how to use it as far as categorizing expenses and so on and so forth. Number five, the foundation and really the things you should be doing as you're setting up your accounting system is you also want to make sure that you're opening a business bank account. This is by far the number one indicator of success that I see with business owners. If you're commingling funds with your business and personal, you will not have accurate reports and you will not be making good decisions if you're looking at them at all. If you put money from your business straight into your personal checking account, you will have a nightmare at tax time. If you spend money from your family's account on business items, you're not doing your business or family any favors because you're losing out on deductions and you're taking money away from your family. You don't want to be doing that. Open a business bank account and keep all the funds separate, and then pay yourself a salary from the business checking account to your personal account. So again, let's go through those 5 things that you should be doing for your accounting system. Number 1, make your business legal. That's going to affect a lot in your accounting. Number 2, decide on your fiscal year end. It's a headache to change it later. Just go ahead and do it now. Number 3, decide which system you want to use. And that's just deciding QuickBooks, Xero, Excel, just decide which one you want to use. Number 4, make sure your chart of accounts are set up so that you have great reports. And number 5, open a business bank account. You want to make sure that you do that after you get everything legalized in your business because the bank is going to ask for all that information. So make sure that all of that is taken care of whenever you are taking money in for your business for sure. I want you to have the most successful 2020. If part of success is having your accounting system set up and having reports you can understand, then I can definitely help you. So I offer 4 ways that we can work together. Number 1, I can help you set up your accounting system. Number 2, I can get your chart of accounts set up so that your financial reports are understandable and customized to your business. Number 3, if you're being handed reports from your bookkeeper and you have no idea what they mean, I can help you understand them and know what to do with that information. And number 4, if you just have some specific, if you just want some specific guidance in your business when it comes to all things money and financials, I can help you with a coaching call. So I would love to work with you this year. So if you need some help getting your books correct so that you can do this and actually use your financials to grow your business, please reach out to me. I would be happy to send you some information, some more information on how we can work together and get you on the right path. You can email me, lydia@dacbalance.com, and I'll get back with you as soon as possible. So in the meantime, you can go to lydiagmiller.com to learn more, or you can follow me on Instagram at lydia.miller.mba. And I really want to know, are you starting a business in 2020? What's your idea? Are you starting it soon? Are you starting it later? I would love to hear about it. So you can tag me on social media in a post, or you can message me on social media or send me an email. I would just love to hear from you and your business ideas and just where you're at and how I can help you just really fast track success in this financial area so that it's not holding you back years to come, because this haunts business owners for years and years and years if they don't get it set up correctly in the first place and they don't learn how to do it as well. So I hope you're having a wonderful first week of 2020, and I will talk to you again next Friday. So now go and make it happen.